We have to be out of here in about a month.
I'm not really finding something that's got the complete package.
It is a lot smaller than we're used to.
It's more of a downsize.
I think there's loads of things that we can do with this space.
Jason and I are not willing to compromise just to save a little bit.
Most people transition from renting to owning, but what happens when you do the reverse? When you're downsizing from a spacious 3-bedroom home, expectations can get really high. New parents, Alex and Jason, loved their roomy home in the suburbs when they bought it 2 years ago.
A couple had won the home in a lottery that lived out of town. They had no use for the furniture, and so part of our mortgage was that it included the furnishings. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to furnish a home. So this was really an ideal starter for us.
Jason and Alex are finding this big house is now more than they bargained for, especially with Alex on maternity leave, which means one less income. They recently sold the house when the market was high. Now, the plan is to regroup their finances to save some money, so they can get back into the market in a few years when it's ripe for the picking. They're looking to downsize, and they need me to help them find a family-friendly rental in the suburban neighborhood they love.
Hi, Jodi.
Hi, how are you? How has your search for a rental been going?
Alex has been looking a lot on the internet.
I'm not really finding something that's got the complete package.
Seems like there's something wrong about each place.
Okay.
Our ideal neighborhood would be very similar to the one we're living in now, where it's close to family.
Okay, so what would be on your wish list?
Parking for 2 cars,
No carpeting, updated kitchen, ensuite laundry.
a nice open concept living space.
What price point do you think that you'd be able to save some money and be able to still live in a place that's big enough for you?
Our budget's around $2,000 at the most.
So that's including utilities, parking.
And is that a significant savings from what you would be spending here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
there's a lot of extra costs associated with an actual house as opposed to a rental property.
And right away, you're saving on property tax and everything like that.
So if Jason and Alex save even $500 a month, over 3 years, that would grow to $18,000. Add that to the money they made on the sale of their house, and they'll have a considerable savings to put towards buying their next home.
We have to be out of here in about a month.
Well, I'm glad you called, because that's not a lot of time, and you're gonna need an expert's help. Alex and Jason are not focused. They haven't even gotten rid of a piece of furniture yet. I've got to get these two on board and get them moved in a month. When you're downsizing from a huge house to a smaller rental, only hold on to furniture pieces you need and sell the rest. I need to figure out how much space this young family is willing to give up. So I want to show Alex and Jason a variety of rentals of varying sizes. I'm starting with a 2-bedroom condo about a 10-minute drive from their current neighborhood. In the suburbs, it's easier to find condos with more square footage. So don't rule them out if you're a young family looking for a rental. So guys, I found an apartment in one of the neighborhoods that we talked about, and it's very well maintained. And it's also got really great amenities. There's a tennis court, there's a swimming pool.
That would be great for Aiden.
And there's also 2-car parking, so I think it's worth a look.
Great.
Come on in. I know that having a renovated kitchen was really top on your list. This one's brand new, it's never been used. Loads of cupboard space, brand new countertops.
The kitchen is great, has lots of storage, beautiful cabinets.
It's a little bit more closed off than I would have liked it.
You're coming from an open concept
Yeah.
kitchen. This is a galley style.
Exactly.
So it's a lot more closed off. It would take some getting used to. A modern or updated kitchen was top on Alex and Jason's list. What they didn't mention is that they'd really like it to be open concept to the living dining area.
I like to be able to keep an eye on Aiden, and with the galley, you can't.
So the dining and living rooms are combined. Great. L-shaped, open concept.
It is a lot smaller than we're used to.
Our furniture for the living room, dining room would fit in that space nicely.
And how about the brand new hardwood floors?
Very
Definitely
nice.
a plus.
Nice walkout to a balcony.
The balcony is a little bit of a concern. When we're looking at different spaces for us to live in, we're not just thinking about from an adult perspective, so we really need to think about how it's gonna function for an interested and curious little toddler.
It's just being up high like that is just a bit of a deterrent.
So this is the master bedroom.
It's a decent size.
Did we say whether this carpet was new or not?
The master bedroom is really great, but it's got carpet.
It's something that could be worked out. It just depends if overall, if we think the space will work for us.
Now you guys have a big, oversized, king-size bed with a great big frame.
We're going to go with the queen set that we have in our guest bedroom. It's great anyway because we can use the cuddle time.
So this would be the nursery.
He doesn't need much more space than this.
I definitely like the size. The only thing is the heater
Yeah.
being exposed like that. Now, just one other thing.
I know that carpeting is a major concern of yours, and I totally understand that in a nursery.
That'd be something that would have to come out for sure.
Just because of the allergies and because he spends a lot of time on the floor.
This room would have to undergo a major transformation to be the perfect nursery, but I think it has a lot of potential.
We could safely box in the heating unit using a pre-made laminate shelf with a perforated masonite grill inserted on the top and front to let the heat pass through. All materials that can be inexpensively purchased at a hardware store. Some pre-assembled shelving units could be anchored above for lots of storage. And a toddler-friendly paint treatment can be easily achieved using painter's tape for a whimsical wide stripe in different colors.
I really like the idea that Jodi has about boxing off the heater and making a storage area. It makes the apartment more appealing.
The one thing that this place doesn't have is laundry. Laundry for this building is all in the basement.
I'm constantly doing laundry.
I do construction, so I don't keep very clean myself.
What if you had all this and had to deal with laundry issues for $16.90 per month?
That would help them tuck away an extra $310 every month.
It's a very good price, just...
Laundry's a bit of a kicker.
Alex and Jason liked the place, loved the price.
I like the fact that it has the amenities.
My biggest deterrent was just that there was such a separation between the kitchen and the rest of the space.
But I just don't know if they can see themselves dealing with that laundry issue.
After showing Alex and Jason what a condo had to offer, I'm taking the next step up with a 2-bedroom unit that occupies one level of a townhouse. Townhouse rentals can be great for young families because of their community feel. Some operate like condos and have extra maintenance fees that landlords usually build into the monthly rent. There are no fees to the owner of a freehold townhouse though, so find out what kind you're dealing with before negotiating.
I have found a walk-up townhouse. There's a little playground over there for Aiden.
That'd be great.
It's got underground parking, and this neighborhood is very popular with other young families, so I think that could be really good for you.
Great.
Let's have a look inside. Come on in.
Well, it definitely has that open concept that we've been looking for, but I'm a little bit concerned about how condensed the front space is.
It's more of a downsize as opposed to just one downsize.
It's a nice upgraded kitchen, very modern. It's nice that it has the granite countertop.
And so what I was thinking for this space was that it could be Aiden's toy area. You're standing in front of the laundry room.
Oh, okay, great. That's also key.
And a cute little room for Aiden is right off the play area.
I think his crib would fit in there, and maybe his chair. That's it.
So this is the master.
It's not a bad size.
I was nervous showing Alex and Jason the master bedroom in this rental because it's so much smaller than what they're used to.
The bedroom size overall is not hugely important to me. Somewhere where you can feel comfortable and relaxed in is key.
So I was thinking maybe we could do away with the carpets.
One of the things would be to get rid of that and put in a laminate floor.
I think there's ways that we could make it really work for you.
We could save space in here by making use of every inch of the back wall. I'd give it a cozy but stylish boutique hotel feel by positioning the bed between 2 storage closets and applying decorative wallpaper behind the bed. Installing light sconces on either side will give some ambient reading light. This easy trick is a great way to get the look of a custom unit on a renter's budget.
There is no doubt that this place is a downsize for you.
Yeah.
But this place is only $1,500, so it's way under budget. If Alex and Jason want to save as much money as possible, this is the place for them.
Well, it feels more suited for a young couple than a starting family.
I think it's something to consider.
The question is, are they willing to downsize this much?
Still on my quest to answer the ongoing question about size allocation, we're headed 10 minutes down the road to another residential townhouse complex that's brand new. Size-wise, I'm upgrading. This time taking Alex and Jason to see a 3-bedroom, multi-level townhouse, which offers much more space, spread across the upper 3 floors.
What I found for you is a multi-level townhouse right in the neighborhood you were looking for. It's got underground parking, and these places are brand new construction.
Perfect.
Let's see if it works for you.
Sure.
So come on in, we go straight up to the 2nd floor. So guys, there is the first of 3 bathrooms on this floor.
Did you say 1 of 3?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm showing them a place that's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, just like the house they've got now. There's some really great things about this place, like the fact that it's a corner unit means that there's windows all the way around.
I love all the windows.
Yeah, that's amazing.
One thing that I am noticing, though, is all the carpeting.
This place is wall-to-wall carpeting from top to bottom, but it is brand new. That would be something that you might have to compromise on if this is the place.
Right.
This is bigger than the average rental in this price range.
No one's lived in there, so it's not as big a deal.
So nice big kitchen, open concept to the living dining area.
With that curve over there by the wall, it's a bit of a tough space to use.
The space planning is going to be a little challenging.
Space planning will be a little challenging.
I think there's loads of things that we can do with this space to make it fabulous and functional for you.
In an awkward layout, you need to work with the curves of the space. An inexpensive round dining table would fit comfortably here, with an interesting light fixture making a statement above. Light fixtures and window coverings can have major impact in a rental, and you can take them with you when you move. We'd splurge a bit on stylish privacy blinds in this space since there's so many windows. Plus, they'll allow you to control the light coming through.
So guys, this is the 2nd of 3 bathrooms.
3 bathrooms is really great.
Yeah.
I like to get ready and have my space.
I was thinking this could be Aiden's room.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Well, I definitely love the fact that the windows are seated a little bit.
You could turn it into a window seat.
Absolutely.
So this room you could use as a guest room and office.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I think it'd be very beneficial to have a 3rd bedroom.
A guest space is always nice to have.
This is the master.
It's a smaller master, but definitely has potential.
It's definitely downsizing from what we have, but we're gonna spend a lot more time in the living space of the house.
So this is the master ensuite. Double sink.
2 sinks.
Yeah, that's nice.
And this is smaller than our ensuite, but our ensuite didn't have the 2 sinks.
I think the best feature of this place is upstairs. So this is the ensuite laundry, washer dryer. This is the rooftop terrace.
This space is great.
Can't you picture this being like a little retreat for us?
I'm just happy we can put the barbecue somewhere.
Oh, that's so romantic.
I mean, the construction is clearly not ideal because I can see it and hear it.
That's something that you could talk to the landlord and maybe even negotiate your rent down a little bit. This place is $18.50 per month. How does that feel?
It has a couple of downsides. You know, the construction going on right next door, a bit of an odd curve in the main living space.
It's got an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom, but it's wall-to-wall carpeting. We'll see if Alex can get over that.
The high-rise condo with great amenities, the small townhouse unit at a low price, or the spacious multi-level next to a construction site. Which rental will Alex and Jason make their new downsized home? It's time to make a choice.
So let's talk about the rentals that we've seen. Tell me what you thought about the 1-level high-rise apartment.
Beautiful hardwood floors, nice open space. The kitchen is renovated.
The overall space I like. I think it was a very decent size.
Having the laundry in the basement, that's a tough one for me.
What do you think about the 1-level townhouse?
It's a very nice space,
It is a nice open concept to an updated kitchen.
but it's more geared for a younger couple, not so much a family.
It's just too much of a downsize, and I don't think worth the savings.
And what do you think about the multi-level townhouse?
I love the fact that it's a 3-bedroom and has 3 washrooms.
There is the construction next door that we have to worry about because that's going to be going on for the next year.
And it's full of carpet.
So which one feels most like home?
Sounds to me like it's between rental number 1 and number 3. To save for their dream house, will they choose the less expensive condo or the slightly pricier multi-level townhouse?
I would say the multi-level townhome.
Yeah, I think it would have to be.
Yeah, definitely.
So who's the best negotiator? Who's gonna make the call to the landlord?
That would be my wife.
Let's practice your negotiation skills.
When calling a landlord, make sure you choose one person to be the negotiator and stick to that arrangement throughout the lease signing process. The rent at the townhouse is $18.50 a month. Alex might be able to negotiate a better deal, especially since they have an issue with the construction going on right next door.
Obviously, you can hear it on the terrace and then inside a little.
Renters may have bargaining power in a new complex where there are multiple rentals on the market.
And I guess we can firm things up then. Good talking to you. Okay, bye.
Way to go, girl.
Alex and Jason met with the landlord the next day and held strong on Alex's reduced rent request.
She was able to negotiate the landlord down $100. That makes their savings in this place even better.
We'll be able to comfortably live in this space for the next couple of years while we're saving money.
We're downsizing, but it doesn't feel like it.
It's a lot of work moving when you're downsizing.
Since Jason works in construction, he rounded up help from some strong coworkers and used their van to move their things, rather than pay for a truck rental.
Oh yeah, the orange chair. And what do we do with this massive pile of stuff that's on the chair?
Before you move stuff, you gotta kind of wrap things up.
It might have been an economical idea, but if you aren't organized and properly prepared, you're gonna be in for one long day. The less organized, the more trips back and forth, which will end up costing you in gas. When you're downsizing from a large house, consider selling extra furniture online or at consignment stores to help with the budget. Empty out drawers and cupboards and get rid of odds and ends well in advance. You don't want to struggle on the day of, as that will make for one long and stressful move.
The move was an absolute nightmare. I was moving until 10 o'clock at night.
With the move finally behind them, I'm bringing in my crew to help me transform Alex and Jason's new downsized living space. And I'm gonna do it all with a budget of just $1,000, less than 1 month's rent. With so much stuff and a bit of an awkward layout, my challenge is going to be making it comfortable and clutter-free. I've chosen a neutral gray for the walls, which will set the backdrop, while new lighting will set the mood. With some clever space planning and a few ideas I have for some custom-made art, this room is on its way. I just hope it'll satisfy their needs after moving from a large house with much more space.
So,
Wow! I love it. I love it.
I like the color.
The color's fantastic. Did they also paint white? It looks really vibrant now.
the builder had painted the bulkhead the same color as the walls.
Yeah.
Bring the ceiling up a bit, we painted out the bulkhead in white.
The first thing that I noticed was the beautiful contrast between the sharp white bulkheads and the beautiful gray tone. I think the window treatments are fantastic. You've got the sheer and the opaque factor.
I knew it was really important to Alex and Jason to have beautiful natural light and to be able to control it a little bit.
They give you enough privacy with the sheer, and then obviously if you want it to be completely opaque, you can. Just great. Oh, I love this being in here.
Your microwave is in there and, you know, some of the bulkier stuff that didn't fit in this much amount of cabinetry.
I love it.
It's a neat way of repurposing a more formal piece of furniture for everyday use, which they need now in this space. And notice anything about the cabinets?
Yes, the ugly hardware is gone. And it's replaced with beautiful stainless steel.
For renters, changing out the hardware in the kitchen is the #1 tip. It's such a cheap and easy fix.
And really changes the space.
Come on, let's see the dining room.
This is a great space.
Yeah, there's still a lot of room to sit around the table and eat.
One of the reasons I chose this table instead of the solid wood rectangular one is because it's a fairly small space.
It is a little bit awkward having that curved wall because it does cut off some of the space. So having that curved table really works nicely.
The chandelier in the dining room was key to creating some interest in that room. However, the electrical box was in the wrong spot. So the easy fix for that is to just swag it over with a hook.
I think you made excellent choices.
And I went with a bit more of a modern look than the house that you had before.
Yeah, and still keeping some of the traditional elements, which is perfect. Honestly.
Too much traditional, and the other place wasn't. It kind of felt from times that it wasn't really our house because it wasn't our taste.
Did you feel old?
A little bit.
It was lucky that there was a beautiful room with a nice little picture window in here for Aiden.
I think it's something that'll do him good for a couple of years. The ledge in front of his window is a really nice part of that room.
The master bedroom here is about a third the size of Alex and Jason's previous bedroom. They did scale down their furniture. They went from a king-size bed to a queen, and that really helped make everything fit. Having storage in the master ensuite was really important to Alex. This place with the double sinks gives her twice the amount of storage that she would normally have. And we added even more storage by putting shelves over top of each of the sinks. Alex and Jason had loads of furniture for me to pick and choose from. So I was able to pick the smallest, most functional pieces to bring into this new space. That meant that I had lots of budget left over to use for the beautiful windows.
I think in any living space that you're planning on enjoying, it's worth putting some money into it just because you have to be happy there.
Makes it feel a bit more like yours. Like when we sit down in here tonight, we're gonna think that this is our place, not that we're living in somebody else's rental.
Honestly, it was such a great pleasure having you work with us, and what a wonderful job that you did. Thank you so much, Jodi.
So when we move again, we'll call you.
Yeah.
Perfect. We helped them get into a beautiful rental that they can be proud of while they're saving up for their dream home.
The most nightmare rental ever was a 650, 700-foot basement apartment.
We made the sacrifice to save for our house, and it was a huge sacrifice.
Very small, very dark, very dismal.
And the kitchen was the size of a closet, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a dungeon.